Hi. This is a story of the city of Kuala Lumpur. All right. On 5th August 1975, fear, suspense, and terror gripped the city at 10:45 a.m. when several gunmen shot their way into the American consulate on the ninth floor of the AIA building in Jalan Ampang. They took hostages, 50 hostages. Okay. After that, they threw a note, you know, from the ninth floor and fired 2 shots to attract attention to their demands. The note was given to the authorities. They demanded the release of their 7 comrades in jail in Japan. The terrorist gunmen were the Japanese Red Army. Don't know how many of them, probably about 5. So the cabinet, the government of the day, called for an emergency meeting with the police and military and started to negotiate with the gunmen. Minutes tick away, all right? Shots were also fired, at the later stage. There was firefight, you know, and in the end, yeah, as a result, 3 local, you know, people were wounded. One was a watchman who went up to look what was happening. He was fired, he was shot in the eye and was rushed to hospital. Second was also a constable who went up and was also shot, injured. And the third was a member of the FRU, was shot in the leg. All 3 were out of danger. They were hospitalized. The minutes tick away. So it seems, one of the gunmen called the Straits Times about their demand, and the demand was conveyed to the authorities. So the Japanese government was contacted for the release of the 7 prisoners. Okay. So while these negotiations were going on, the hostages were treated well, and the gunmen asked for food to be delivered to them. So less than 30 hours later, about 9 hostages were released. They were women and children. Okay, and so the rest were in their rooms. According to the guerrillas, they said they are safe. Don't have to worry, they are safe. So long you agree to our demands, everything will be okay. So they asked for a plane, to send them to a place of their choice. All right. So later, a plane carrying a Japanese Airlines JLDC-8 touched down on the Subang Airport. The airport was closed to other air traffic, of course. Yeah, and then, but only 5 came down from the airplane because the 2 refused to come along. So only 5 were released in exchange, yeah, for the for the hostages. So the hour came on the 8th, and then the gunmen asked that, you know, Malaysian government officials escort them to a place of their choice. So the exchange of hostages began, almost 3 days after uh, the embassy was stormed. There were 2 buses carrying the hostages to the airport with curtains drawn, and no one was supposed to follow. No military, no police. So it was decided, and the negotiations were going quite smoothly. And at the airport, the terrorists detonated their extra bombs at the end of the runway before boarding the plane. 2 government officials followed them. Okay, so during the exchange of there was a very tense moment when they were exchanged one by one, in exchange for the 5 prisoners and the other balance of the hostages in 2 buses. Of course, they came out and stood at the tarmac. Well, everything was done smoothly, and they went up the plane, the officials with them, and the plane took off, you know. But later on, uh, we heard that they tried to land in the Middle East in Kuwait, but it was not allowed. Certain places, Arab countries, except that, finally they managed to land safely in Libya. That's a story. So everything ended well. No loss of lives, only 3 injured on either side. Only traumatized because the hostages, who went over there, some to visit relatives, friends, not just the embassy officials, other visiting, people who were applying for visas also got caught, going to America. So 80 hours, sorry, after, yeah, the gunmen stormed AIA, all ended well. 80 days. That was 3.5 days. So it has gone down history as a day of terror and suspense in the city of Kuala Lumpur. You check it out. It's in the archives. Okay, but I have my cuttings here. A lot of cuttings. So I'm able to tell you these stories. So I kept these cuttings. Okay, the plane, all these pictures. So I've collected a booklet. So I'm able to tell you the story but I'm not telling you the detail of it, names of people. I have plenty here, ministers, blah blah blah. Those people were involved. Okay, I'll just tell you I'll just tell you the story. All right. So if you want to check these details, you can check with archives or the National Library. You have all the details from day one to the day they were released. Okay, that was a happy ending. All shook hands. All shook hands. The terrorists all, they were young people. I think they were about in their 20s, very young. And those who were released also very young, from 21, 22 to 25. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.